So this is kind of a precursor because the video that follows is the response to the letter. Um, but I did it a couple times, and then I realized there was something that I didn't say, and so I put this at the beginning because I actually worked on editing that for a change, like my first big attempt at editing, and I'm like, wait a minute, I just want to say, and it'll make sense after you see the video, that if something like this happens to you, um, you just have to follow your instinct. In terms of family and forgiveness, um, we still have to be mindful of our own mental health and our physical well-being as well. And so it as challenging as the letter, yeah, I pointed like it's not right there. I don't know. Just I'm trying to hurry up because I don't want to add a lot, and the video is yet to come. Just if you feel like you can hear somebody out without losing your sanity, then do it. If you feel safer but keeping your distance, then do that. Sorry for the preamble. I'm still learning, and I'll get better at it. But here comes the actual AuntieLan answer. Hey, it's AuntieLan coming at you with a new letter. Um, this one's going to be real interesting for all of us, so I hope you stay with me. I'm going to call this person C. The name they gave begins with a C. So C says, Dear AuntieLan, I had a dear cousin when I was a child. I believe we were very close. I always looked forward to seeing her during visits to my grandmother's house. If she wasn't there on the days I visited, my visits were not quite the same. I truly valued our relationship, which grew apart as we got older, and the visits to grandmother's home became less frequent. We still always found a way to keep in touch. As children, we were sort of kissing cousins, always sneaking in a little affection for one another when unattended. As we became adults, I'm ashamed to say that my affection and curiosity for her grew in an intimate way. She, on the other hand, had matured and was becoming the phenomenal woman that I see she is today. Needless to say, my advances ruined our relationship. I have forever regretted and been ashamed that I couldn't put our relationship into perspective. I didn't know and just didn't know that I didn't know. I tried reaching out to her several times over the years to apologize. I look back now and realize that early exposure to sexuality allowed me to distort relationships. I was actually living with an aunt that began having sex with me from my early teens throughout high school and even early 20s. Of course, as a young adult, I should have known better, but over the years it became acceptable. The boundary lines were very hazy. As an adult, I realized that I had been seduced and groomed. I was maybe 12 or 13. I'm not making excuses, but I can connect the dots. I want to know how to tell my cousin, whom I truly had a deep admiration for, that I'm sorry from the depths of my soul. Or should I just leave it alone and let that be one of my life's great lessons? So much time has passed that it would never be the same, but an understanding or a conversation would mean the world to me. C. This is a difficult question for me to ask, for me to answer, because this is my story. So I have had a hard time separating and being objective in my curiosity about how would I answer this question if this was not my story. And I don't know, because it's my story. What's not included in this letter is that C was forgiven twice before a third attempt was made to cross the lines of intimacy with his cousin, and with compassion and understanding, without knowing about the aunt's seduction and grooming, there was forgiveness, which made the third attempt even more challenging. Now, I have this platform that's just a couple weeks old, and she has taken the opportunity to attempt to communicate this apology. Um, and I hear it, and that's fine. But I maintain the level of communication that I've maintained over the years. I have some understanding, which is why there were 2 bouts of forgiveness. But what I won't do is allow space for a 4th attempt at violating me. I inadvertently did that by creating this platform. I had no idea that this would be a space wherein I could be reached in this way. So, as far as I'm concerned, this was your opportunity to explain yourself, and I heard it and I responded to it. And I don't appreciate it. And this is as far as it goes. So, I would say, in response to your question, given the options that you laid out, that yes, this then is one of your life's great lessons. And I hope that you can accept that, because I don't accept you. So, thanks for listening to that. I know it's very awkward and bizarre, as it was for me, but I chose to not ignore it. So I could say my piece, as he said his. I got some new subscribers, and I want to thank you for that. I hope that this doesn't freak anybody out. I don't anticipate many more personal letters to come, but I didn't anticipate that one, so what's one to do? I'm going to include the letter below and also some resources about sexual assault and seduction as young people and grooming. I've had, prior to this experience shared within this letter, personally, I had been molested, and it's not unusual. And I hope that everyone is trying to work through that with the kind of help that's necessary to get past those things that happen to us in our lives. It's unfortunate how common it is. It's unfortunate that it can live throughout someone's life once they're separated from the situation, and manifest in ways that can ruin relationships. So I hope everyone, I don't know if, all of the sources that I'll link below will necessarily be helpful to every individual, but something there may be. And even just clicking on a link and taking a look at what's there can be helpful, maybe. So that was intense. I wish I could have figured out how to answer this question as if it wasn't me, but I found it impossible. I received this letter a week ago, and I sorted through it and really tried, but I could not remove myself from what I know to be true, and that this is my cousin writing to me. So, all of that said, obviously I'm still awkward because at this point I'm babbling when really this video should have been done before now. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Click on the bell if you want to be alerted to when I post a new video. Share, like my Facebook page, share that. I don't know, whatever. Oh, I have Instagram. I finally put something there, so check that out. Follow me there. I'm just going to keep adding content with whatever comes to mind. And hopefully you'll be with me. I'm ending this video now.